Hoping this finds you all well. We've been having some really interesting pollen counts lately, so if you see me itching and scratching and sneezing, that's what's going on here. I love spring. Such a beautiful time of year, and honestly, I don't know any time of year that I don't love, but there's something about all of this, these happenings happening with nature. Just seeing things pop up out of the ground that weren't there the day before, and how anxious they appear, sprouting, and just colorizing the world. It's pretty amazing. And even though all of the beauty of the blooms brings the itchy sneeziness, or appears to, I still love it. So this is in response to a question about inquiry. And the writer said, Kelly, you mention often about inquiry and how inquiry turns around the belief in thoughts. And that sounds like a lot of work to me. Several conversations back and forth with this writer, and they gave me permission to share this. So in their original email, the questions were, why? I don't understand. Please give me an answer. I need to know. Am I on the right path? Is this the right way? Am I doing this right? Why is this happening? It was a list of questions. I kid you not, there were probably 20 questions. And then at the end, a little blurb about inquiry and how it feels like a lot of work. And I just had to laugh. Not at them, not at anyone, just at what was in front of me in this black and white font. I don't know about you, but all those questions feel like work to me. All those questions that are stemming from beliefs that whatever we're questioning should be any other way than the way that it is. The writer went on and on about how life was hard, and these are all the reasons, and having all these answers to these questions was going to make life less hard. Simplicity to me would be that life wouldn't be hard if there were no questions. If the questions just went away and the ability to love what is was just here, which is always what's been here. The seed to suffering is always that whatever is happening shouldn't be happening. That's where it starts. So the experience that kicked all this off for this person was a loss of a job. This loss of the job apparently caused a loss of an income, which caused a loss of their perspective of security. So the seed of the suffering was that whatever was happening shouldn't be happening. The job should not have been lost. So from that, all these questions were birthed. Why? How? How come? Why me? Am I on my path? Did I fall from my path? Did I do it wrong? Did I make a mistake? Could I have changed this? Could it have been done differently? I mean, the questions just went on and on and on. And one question could have turned all of it around. Is it true? That's all inquiry is. And inquiry drives itself when there's an openness to allow it to do so. These thoughts aren't ever ours. They're just appearing in this thing called life. We either grab onto them and start running with them, or we ask if they're true, which of course none of them are. But to get to that understanding, there needs to be a willingness to notice. Of course, Doodlebug has to make her appearance in every video. She's funny. Is it true that this shouldn't be happening? Well, reality tells us that it has happened, right? Apparently the job is gone. There, you've been spared. Life is giving direction to what's next. When you fill that direction with questions, there's no willingness to see. A belief in duality should tell you that if there's a problem, then the solution's already here, right? So, by default, the job is gone. That means the solution's already here. But when we're embedded in our system of questions, there's no openness or willingness to notice. There's just the victim asking why. I believe that this is what many speak of when they talk about veils, of being unable to see, that these veils are blocking our ability to see. What I've noticed in this experience of Kelly is that the veils are truly just belief systems and thoughts. The openness is always here. I think it was Einstein that made the comment that you can't solve a problem with the same thought that introduced the problem. I'm rephrasing or paraphrasing here. I'm sure one of you will write the exact quote, which I appreciate, but the mind will never come to an answer because the mind is doing what it does. It's asking more questions. The answer is always here. There's nothing to come to. Inquiry will show that by unraveling every question that's arising, that's eluding us from what's already here. So I ask 20 questions of why feels like less work than one question of is it true? And maybe that question needs to be asked. Is it true that all of your questions are less work than inquiry? I'll wrap up with that. Keep it simple and short. The questions go on and on. They're not yours. They don't belong to you. They're not owned by you, controlled by you, created by you, and they will not leave by you. But inquiry will do what it does if there's an openness and willingness to allow it. Send you much love from itchy Seattle. Until next time.